Yo, what is good? Back, live and direct. Pardon me, the LaMaJa, aka the ambidextrous one, aka the GOAT. Cheers. Hope you guys are well. Do a nice little late night work stream. I just got done doing this event. Today was actually kind of a busy day, but it started off pretty light, pretty cool. So right now I'm just kind of chilling. I'm gonna do a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of work, and then after that I might pop on the Smash game real quick. Hope you guys are all well. We're smoking on some Magic Love shisha flavor. It's like a blend of just different stuff. It's pretty good. And might sip a little bit of wine today. We usually do a little wine during the weekdays. Remember, it's summertime, so like I said, I'm a seasonal guy. So during certain seasons, I do a little more things than others. And during certain seasons, it's completely, nothing, sober, you know what I mean? Just for the dualities of our being, as they say. So, I haven't really checked the news like that. I'm really trying to go on a social media cleanse, to be honest, but it's kind of hard just because, when you make money on social media and stuff like that, you got to be on there to an extent, but I'm trying to filter out a lot of the BS and the nonsense. But at the same time, I always preach this thing called balance, and balance is key when it comes to, a lot of your work. I was reading this concept the other day and I'm always studying like trading psychology and stuff like that, investing psychology. And one thing that can be an issue is a lot of times we will measure our worth through productivity. And when we are not productive, we think that, what we're doing in that time is not worth it. Being an elite trader, one of the key things you have to learn is how to be bored, which is almost adjacent to being patient and being comfortable in waiting. Not like, oh, I'm waiting anxiously, I hope this is gonna happen. No, you gotta really sit in that patience, in that boredom, and understand that is actually adding to the way that you set up certain traps, the way you set up certain setups. That makes sense. But a lot of times we'll measure our productivity, our worth based on our productivity. So a lot of times you'll start confusing output with value, which is so good. Essentially, if I'm not work, go, do, then am I really productive? And in your brain, you're also thinking, a lot of us think, I know I can do more. I know I'm capable of more, which is cool and that's great and all, but that's also kind of a trap if you don't balance that out. And it's a misery trap. It's a perfectionist trap. And again, I'm not telling you not strive for certain things, but you start to realize why people are so stressed, why the world doesn't have a lot of relaxation time. I mean, even just think about maternal leave, paternal leave, vacation, think about work, PTOs and stuff like that. In your gigs or in your jobs, think about how much the work culture is adjacent to damn near slave culture, except you're just getting a wage for it. But, a lot of those times, think about how you feel after a vacation. Don't you feel refreshed? Don't you feel like that was needed? Right? Think if rest wasn't so important, it wouldn't take up a third of our day. Think about that. A third of your day is dedicated to just resting yourself, to getting ready for the next, whatever it may be, the next day, right? Because if rest wasn't as important, that wouldn't be in our system. There's certain animals that rest more than others, less than others. But we are balanced to the point where think about it. You rest 8, you work 8, and you leisure 8. That's pretty much how the balance work out if you're doing it right. But unfortunately, it's not like that. Typically, it's more so, unless you live close to your job, work is 10 hours, not 8 hours, because our commute, hour back, that's going to give you plus 8 working, that's going to give you 10 right there. Plus on top of that, you got to get ready. You got to, you know what I mean? Any type of preparation you do before work is work, and then so a lot of times that time is cut. So that's why I really truly emphasize balance, because tomorrow's not promised, life is not promised, and because of that, no one's going to tell you to chill out. Very few people are going to look out for you and tell you, hey, you need to chill out, you need to rest, you need to relax, you need to kick back, you need to, you know what I'm saying? People are always going to figure out how they can get more and more and more out of you a lot of times, unfortunately. And I know this because as someone I classify myself as a giver, I'm constantly having to protect my energy, and I'm constantly having to filter out and set boundaries against certain people, because they'll continue to take and take and take, and they don't see anything and they don't see anything wrong with it happening to you. So there's that. Let's see what else we got going on. I'm going to do a little bit of work today. I have to build another site. Another thing that I do, by the way, as an entrepreneur, so as you guys know, I'm into linguistics, into like farming, land investing, into trading, like stocks, things of that nature, crypto. And I do a lot of behind the scenes web stuff, like web building, website design, and nothing too heavy. I don't do like super heavy like coding or anything like that. I can, but I try not to get into that. I try to get into more so building websites for entrepreneurs, small businesses, nonprofits, things of that nature. So I do that also. So sometimes when you guys see me, I'm building websites and stuff like that. That's also part of my stilo. I got babies that live in Hawaii, so I gotta do a lot of traveling. So I gotta be on the grind. I'm gonna set up a lobby here on the game here on Smash. I forgot that I have to also share. I gotta share this live. Feeling good, feeling great. Hopefully you all are well. I have not looked at the news, so I'm not quite sure what is going on right now. And I kind of keep it that way. It's another thing that I have to impress upon you is I have really intentionally pushed myself, because I like to consider myself a little bit of a rebel, and I like to consider myself a bit of a revolutionary, and I've always been that way. I got in quite a bit of trouble when I was younger, and it's one of those things where you learn to channel that energy into something positive, right? Like these kids who are rebels and revolutionaries, or they act out in class and stuff like that. They just need to redirect that energy, right? Oh, this guy's a class clown. No, you should explore being a comedian, right? Or this person likes to talk a lot. Oh, okay, maybe you need to explore podcasting or something of that nature, right? So even when I used to work at Boys and Girls Club some years back, I'd always tell these kids that I work with, I was a STEM director there, and I would tell them, I'd say, we have Kai Sanat, who just, and Aisho Speed just got done doing a marathon of Minecraft. And, they're getting paid hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to do that. Or back in my day growing up, that was not something that could even remotely be possible, right? I wish myself and my brothers came in the game era when it was at that peak, but it was almost one of those things where, we had to take the beating for the kids of this generation to be able to make an earning and living off that. You're welcome. But my point is, when I was a director, I would tell these kids, because there's still a lot of parents who don't like them doing gaming and things like that. And I say, you gotta make it sophisticated, right? Keep track of your stats. Become a statistician. Figure out how you can get better. Talk about it. We got microphones. Do a podcast. Do a post-game review, pre-game review. No different than if you go to these big tournaments, Evo, somewhere in South Korea, right? They have commentators for this stuff. Make it into that now, and then after that, edit the audio components of it, the video components of it, edit the clips of it. Now all of a sudden you're actually making it into something that's tangible and that's working. You're not just consuming, which is not a bad thing to just consume it, but the kids necessarily don't have the direction on how to put it into a framework that will allow it to be more palatable for their parents, right? So I don't even know my point I was even making. I'm on one of those LaMaJa rants. It'll come back to me. I need to share this on Twitter though. Damn, I just lost my whole train of thought. Smoking will do that too. Like you lose your train of thought a little bit. It'll come back to me. But doing different side quests, and so I'll be doing a little bit of work today for a little bit, and then after that I'm gonna jump on the game, have a little lobby, and then we'll go from there. Balance is always the key to this game, though, y'all. I can't stress that enough to y'all, because that was my point. We're indoctrinated. It took me a long time to really reprogram my mind, because as a child you're thought to grow up. Obviously, you're thought to wake up, go to school, and think about it. They have this thing called the school to prison pipeline. Not only do they have a thing called the school to prison pipeline, but there's also the school to work pipeline, which is nothing wrong with working after school, but there's also nothing wrong with taking a break. Sometimes, I remember when I was coming up, right after college, there were certain people in college or going to college, you told your friends, hey, I'm going to take a break, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. A lot of people look at you like you're crazy. Like, take a break? What's wrong with you? Like, oh, you take time off. What's wrong with you? But those are actually really good things. And one of the reasons why I am a night owl is simply because I don't like the day. I don't really like the day, low key. I just don't. And not in the sense of like, I don't like the sun, or I don't like outside or hanging out. No. I don't like the monotony, the rat race, the 9 to 5, the 8 to 4. I don't like the traffic jam. I don't like the grocery store being packed. I don't like none of that. I just don't. It's almost damn near traumatizing to me. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like when I'm around my daughters or my kids, I'm we'll do certain things during the day, but my daughters even love staying up at night. Kids always love staying up late because it's against the grain of what they do, but I've had to reprogram my mind to be a night owl. And I always thought something was wrong with me. Man, what's wrong with me? Why am I staying up so late? Why am I up late instead of going to sleep early? What's wrong? No. I work out at 4 in the morning, but typically I work out at 4 in the morning. That's the end of my day. That's like the tail end of my day. I don't wake up to go. I'm actually continuing my day and then starting my workout at 4 and then ending my day at like 8, 9 o'clock. And then I'm up at like 2, 3, 4. I don't start my day till like 4 or 5 o'clock, typically. And getting text messages here. And I love it. A lot of the times the things in our life that is our calling, sometimes we will go against it because it's not the norm in society, right? It is 12 midnight Thursday on Central Standard Time, August 13th, right? Most of the world is asleep. The United States is a lot of them asleep. Hey, I just get in with my tribe. I get in with my people. I'm awake, and I'm not gonna look at it like, man, I'm doing the wrong thing. I just went to the store and I got a bunch of different things, and stores are starting to close. Walmart and the grocery store and stores are getting ready to close. I'm in there shopping or whatever. Normally, I'll usually shop at night, or I'll shop after the gym at like 7, 8 in the morning. One of the two. I had to get a couple things, and part of me was kind of like being a little bit antic and type of, anxiety, having anxious, but then I was like, it is what it is. It closes, it doesn't, it doesn't. And almost like something told me, man, you should have went to the store earlier. You should have. And it's like, no, you went when you went. It is what it is. My brother taught me a really cool thing. Sometimes we go shopping and, we be looking at different things, be shoes or whatever. And he's like, if you got a debate if you want to buy this, it's going to be sitting there waiting for you. They'll just hold on to it. When you want to get it, go get it. So what if the store closes? Whoop-de-doo, not the end of the world. So what if they got to hold on to it? You want that Porsche? The Porsche dealer is holding on to your car. When you're ready to go get it, go get it. It's going to be sitting right there for you. You don't got to be this anxious type of a thing, this type of a mentality, but it's so subtle. You don't even realize how much it attacks you. And it's almost like you have to go completely left field in order to get that out of your system. So that's something that I've learned, and reprogramming your mind on how you look at certain things. Like I was saying with these kids, if you're going to do video games, make stats, get better with it, actually take it serious, make a podcast, pre-game, post-game, what you did, make it into a framework. Now all of a sudden when you present it, it's not just kids playing games and just being mindless. It's, these guys are actually sophisticated with what they're doing. You know what I mean? The guys who create the video games, that takes some brain power. That takes some work, just for our enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm trying to jump on the game right now, and it's saying the server is undergoing some maintenance, so we'll let that go ahead and do what it's got to do. So anyway, I usually like to get off my stream a little bit and give you guys a little bit of game, give you a little bit of update of what I got going on, and all is well on my end. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur, and there's so many different topics that I can talk about when it comes to being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, and things like that. It's like all money's not good money. Very important to be aligned with certain things, knowing when to take certain deals and not take certain deals. I mean, it's a lot. But the grind doesn't stop. Technically, Wednesday is usually my day off, chill day. But not chill in the sense of like, you know, party, hang out. More so like a spiritual reset day. That makes sense. As an entrepreneur, I can take off any day I want. But at the same time, no one can take off any day I want. I gotta work any day. That's the duality. This camera's right. Anyway, that's the duality. Where with much power comes much responsibility. Quote from Spider-Man's uncle, I believe. That's just the truth. When you have the power to be able to work when you want and play when you want, play as long as you want, you also have to get the work done. My brother, we would talk about this and he'd be like, yeah, you a night owl, because he usually gets fired up and good during the day. He's like, yeah, you're a night owl, but it doesn't matter. As long as you set it up to where you get your time in, you get your work done when you're supposed to get it done, it don't matter what day you're on, what day you're off. Tuesday's a Friday, Friday's a Monday, Monday's a Saturday, Sunday's a Thursday, Thursday's a Wednesday. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's just how you want to curate your life, because it is your life. But we are constantly, living a life that someone else programmed into us. It's crazy. It's crazy. And before you know, you be like young Pharaoh. You got nails and stuff, man. What happened to the boy? What happened to him? They got him. The same thing he used to preach about. Now all of a sudden, man, he over here doing suspect behaviors. I might have to rap with him. Anyway, let me see. All right, let me text this out to the world. Smoke, news, relax. NYC. I always like to target NYC, San Diego, LA, because those are my next homes, to be next home away from homes. And this stream is basically, if I haven't told you before, it's just a late night kick it stream. It's like a cave, you know what I mean? The cave is like a study stream. It's kind of when you're like trying to focus on something. You know, night owls unite. You know what I'm saying? It's when you just want to kick back, relax, chill, however you want to make it. And depending on the season, like during the winter time, I'll just be on here. If you look at some of my earlier ones, I'm just locked in on work. We just locked in, you know. But right now, during the summer, it's very important to, I'm such a seasonal guy, and it's very important to utilize the season for what it is, because you might not ever get that season again. So it's a season for you to chill. Don't try to get some extra work in, because there might be a time when you can't chill. You gotta go to war. And you gotta work. Right? And I typically try to have a season. I try to mimic and actually create that season before it even happens, right? Prepare for the storm before the storm even happens. So usually during the winter, if I'm in the Midwest, that's when I'll do that. I'll just focus. Gym, work, home, sleep. Very simple. I'm not outside. I'm not drinking like that. I'm not smoking like that. None of that. Right? And even in my workouts, I split up in 4 seasons, and then after that they taper off. I think I've said this before, but like during the fall I run. That's my cardio season. So I can't be smoking like I like to smoke. It is what it is. During the summer, I do calisthenics mostly, body weight, right? Because I want to be dangerous in every and any realm that I step into. It doesn't matter. And I think those are the best exercises. Number one, cardio is king. You got cardio, you can pretty much do much of anything. Calisthenics, being able to lift your own body, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, dips, all those things, lift your own body weight. There's something about that that's mentally strengthening because you have to do such high reps, right? Weightlifting, I usually do that in the wintertime, right? Most people can just pick things up, put things down, pick things up, put things down, but they can't run a mile to save their life. You know what I mean? They can't run a mile to save their life. They can't do a pull-up to chin up to save their life. Right, so in the wintertime I usually do weightlifting, heavy weightlifting, and that's usually when I'm locked in. And then in the spring I'm usually heavy on martial arts. You'll see the nunchucks back there. I do a lot of boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, nunchucks, bow staff. I think I'm gonna pick up archery soon, just so you remain dangerous. And then after that, it tapers off. I let that season go away, and then I'll do something else. And I'll still maintain those other aspects. Those are the 4 pillars to me: weightlifting, calisthenics, cardio, and martial arts. Those are the 4. If you're good at those, you pretty much can do anything in the game. And then I might mix it up and say, okay, during cardio season, I'll run more miles than normal, but I also might just swim to build endurance, right? Things of that nature. So during certain seasons, I can do certain things more than others. I can smoke during the season more than in the wintertime. I can't really do it like that, right? Or during the fall time, I can't really do it like that because I'm running. You know what I mean? But I'll still like to indulge, but that also gives you the balance of life because it's like I'm not just doing one thing. Especially if they deem it as negative. Yeah, this is negative or whatever. But, if you enjoy it, then enjoy it. But also create boundaries and understand the danger zones of those things and then have other buffers in your life to where you can really enjoy that thing. This is why you get people who are 100 years old. How did you live till 100 years old? Well, I'm smoking a pack of cigarettes. I smoke me a cigarette and I drink me a glass of wine. How did you do that? Meanwhile, you got wrestlers who are 50 years old dying, but on the outside, their body looks great. You never know when you're going to go. You never know when you're going to go. We don't know. And we don't know. There's certain things that can help you live a long life, and there's certain things that could take time from your life. Sure. But you never know when you're going to go or how you're going to go. You just don't know. So the best thing for you to do is just to find what appeals to you, balance it out, weigh out the pros and the cons, and then after that, live a balanced life through it all and live the best you can. Warren Buffett, from my amazing hometown, Omaha, Nebraska. Cheers, by the way, having a little wine today. Warren Buffett, who is, I should get a wine glass, but I don't know, whatever. They said if it would take 7 years off my life, but I get to eat what I want, versus if you told me I get to live an extra 7 years, but I have to basically be miserable or not eat the things I want to eat or do what I want to do, what would you do? He said, I'll take the 7 years. It's not worth it. It's not worth living a life. If I die at 80, but I got to live the littest life in the world, versus I die at 95, but I had to live this Chucky Finster, I'm scared to do anything, adventure, and I did everything by the book, and No. It's balance. It's all about balance, yo. So, I'm trying to get on this game here, but the server is updating. So while that's going on, I go night vision mode. Night vision mode looks pretty good. Have a little wine here. Cheers. They say take the edge off. This little Cabernet Sauvignon. Something light. Something very, very light. Yeah, I don't know how long that will go under maintenance, but that's cool. That's actually a perfect time for me to just do something else while that's going under maintenance. I want to do. Oh, okay. Network maintenance, conducting network maintenance. It is scheduled to end. 1500. Is that Japanese time? What time is it in Japan? $2:17 p.m. Okay, so that makes sense. So there's a tweet that came out that's there's a tweet that came out It's 2:17 p.m. in Japan time. Okay, I don't know if it's Japanese Standard Time, JST. Okay, so 1500 is 3 o'clock p.m. I was wondering, I'm like, 3, is that 3 tomorrow? Like, man, what kind of maintenance y'all doing? And the funny thing is, okay, now I'm reading, I'm sorry, I'm just multitasking here. The funny thing is, though, is that Nintendo's online gameplay and server is not all that. So it's like, what kind of maintenance y'all doing? They don't require all that. If you know anything about Nintendo's online gameplay, it can definitely be improved drastically. So we'll just chill for a little bit. We'll see what else we got going on here. The smoke is smoking. The smoke is smoking, my peeps. Well, I'll jump on Twitch later, because I always like to play my own music. And by my own music, I mean like copyrighted music. So, and I don't want to get struck down on YouTube, as y'all know. I'm trying to follow all the rules, YouTube. You know, I'm kind of a rebel, but I'm going to try to follow all the rules. Okay, they say don't fuck up the money. You can fuck up a lot of things, but don't fuck up the money. And they just remonetized my channel. Konnichiwa, arigato. Domo arigato. Appreciate that. Wait a minute. But I was demonetized for some rebellious stuff. Let's check out what's going on in the news here. Let's see what we got cracking while I sit back and wait here. Let's see. Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more. Couldn't agree more. Somebody said, food trucks are losing the plot. Why does it cost more to eat at a food truck than a restaurant? Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. I don't mind. I also don't mind people trying to make a living from that. You know what I mean? But food trucks used to low-key be a nice little hack. Now it's like, you charge me $20, $30, $40. Motherfucker, I'll go sit at P.F. Chang's or something. I'll go sit at Red Lobster for that. I'll go catch a sushi happy hour for that. Like, give me something for the low. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? But I don't mind putting money. It's kind of a double-edged sword because I don't mind putting money into the pockets of locals and of people who are like small business owners. The guy running the truck making the food, that's all he's got. That's all he's got, right? I'm going to, IHOP. It's like, there's always a sob story, right? A waitress working for tips, trying to pay her college tuition. There's always some story out there, but it's like corporations or mom and pop small business owner. I'm gonna go small business owner, mom and pop over corporation any day, but charging ridiculous. Hey, this is $25 street tacos. Yeah, get lost. Beat it. I'm not doing that. Ain't happening. These people are so ridiculous, yo. AOC joins Love Island. You can't break up with nobody in peace, man. Like, we really have to redefine what relationship looks like, what being with somebody for a season may look like. We have to redefine that, because it's like, and especially when you're in the public eye, people make such a big deal about when people just park separate ways. You know what I mean? Especially when you're on the spotlight. So like, hey man, she gonna go her way, he gonna go his way. But I also do think that, it's hard when you're a woman in corporate trying to ascend in the ladder. One of the hardest things to do is start a family, because you have to pick a sword. You got to pick a sword. And that's why I believe she's freezing her eggs, because she's picking that political sword. She's saying, you know what? I got to run. I might fly around the country. I might do all types of stuff. I might campaign. I might be the face of the Democratic Party. Ain't no way I can be sitting up here having no little baby and give that baby what it needs. Meanwhile, her man probably maybe wanted a child. Who knows? I don't know. I really don't know. And it's really not for me to know. I don't really care. But this is just kind of my speculation. But what I will say is, it's, some of the videos and stuff people post are kind of funny, and the memes and things like that are really funny. But, it's like, man, it's sad because you can't break up in peace. I've learned that going forward, like even when I get into relationships now, everything's private. And that was a nice little tidbit I got from Shannon Sharp. You get together in private, you break up in private. It ain't a whole shindig. You ain't got to explain to family members and go on social media and make a whole post and blah. Oh my gosh. Like, what am I sitting here explaining to y'all? Just because you are invested in my love life. It's like, man, if you call that invested, I don't know. Just because you're snooping in people's business, I don't know. But, it is what it is. But I think it's just for a political tour. Russell Westbrook has retired. Really good player, man. He's a good player, but I think he's a solo guy. That's what I think he is. I think he's one of those players that's best solo. I don't think he's much of a team guy. I think don't get it twisted now. He's got all the assists, so that doesn't make any sense. You would think, well, how's he not a team guy? He's got the assists and all that. He's triple-double king and all that. But I don't think that he was really ever the guy. Your point guard got to be that guy. You really got to be that guy that can take you to the promised land. And I don't at this age and this stage, I don't think he's the guy that can take you to the promised land. You can't do it by yourself as a point guard. You never can. You need other people. And so basically wherever he goes, he got to come off the bench, obviously. And I think just because of the new crop of players and all that, you know, people are moving on from him. But he's a really good player, a really solid player. But I kind of figured he wouldn't get picked up or he would retire because it's like, where do you put him? You don't know. Excuse me. Let's see what Ray Daniels talking about. Charlamagne giving a donkey of the day.
Tell me, don't tell nobody I called you, whatever. That's what I'm saying that now, because it's like, nigga, like you don't air me out like I'm not who I am, nigga.
Oh, he said, don't.
He called me, so Charlamagne called me to check me about Jay-Z. And was like, you shouldn't be talking negative. You don't know the positive shit he's doing. I'm like, I see the positive shit he's doing, but that don't mean he's not like Trump. Right? He's going to be playing the game. He's like, yeah, but that's not cool, Ray. And I was like, you know, man, I appreciate you calling me, man. Like a black man picking up the phone for another black man, that was really noble to me. But let me tell you what y'all don't know. I'm one of God's favorites. And when you're one of God's favorites, he reveals things to you. Okay. Charlamagne calls me, and then 3 or 4 days later, Wayno airs out that Charlamagne works at Rock Nation. Now, when he called me, though, boy, I asked him specifically. I'm like, yo, bro, this is really dope. Do you work with Jay, or you call me because that's your man? He's like, I don't work with Jay. I got no business with him. I just know the right thing to do.
He's not
3 days, see?
Even if he works for Jay, he's not going to tell you he works for Jay. Come on, dog. 48 laws of power, bro. This is our reward. He's not going to tell you that.
3 days later, it gets announced. So it's like, God wanted me to hear that. God wanted me to actually, I wanted me to see that. Because what you don't understand is that you the one that's wearing the jersey. Yep. And it ain't iHeart. And that's why and by the way, I'm cool with that. Because listen, if I fuck with, like, somebody come there and talk negative about Tehran, I'm going to war with him. Mm-hmm. But guess what? I bought my houses with Tehran. I think I owe that to him. I built my whole empire with this dude. So I'm not going to go hard and fight wars with somebody that never put money in my pocket.
Sure.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think I'm going to call it right now. I think the Jay-Z Charlamagne relationship is going to hurt him in the long run. Mm-hmm. And because he doesn't understand that you are playing with my bosses. You ever seen the movie Goodfellas? Mm-hmm. You be my partner. I'm not running a restaurant. What do I get a partner for? And what he said?
Well, let's not get it twisted. Whether you like Charlamagne or not, Charlamagne is a smart businessman. He knows how to play his role very well. He knows how to play the fool very well. He knows how to form alliances very well. He's got enough of a war chest to go to war with anybody. And, you know, when you align yourself with somebody like Jay-Z, one thing about Jay, he's going to align himself with media. Because the media controls the narrative, controls, you know, how you see his image and all of that, right? If you want to be somebody powerful, there's a reason why Elon bought Twitter. There's a reason why Bezos has the Washington Post, right? They understand the power of media and swaying public opinion. So that's a reason why Jay-Z has Charlamagne in his back pocket, and how Charlamagne has been a cornerstone in the quote-unquote culture, if you will. So I wouldn't necessarily undermine him being a boss. He may be an underboss, but he's definitely a boss in his own right. But he's not going to just tell you straight up, hey, I work for Jay. No, he's not going to do that. Which he shouldn't.
Yeah, they fuck you, pay me. You ain't got no more money, fuck you, pay me. Then when you ain't got no more money, they blow the joint. You in business with people that don't care about what you do. They care about what they're doing with you.
That's
and
true.
Now because of your loyalty to them, Charlamagne, I asked ChatGPT, I might be wrong. The last time he gave somebody donkey of the day for a rumor was 2016. For a rumor. He usually get people donkey of the day for action. Yeah, something they did. Yeah. Something that they actually did wrong to hurt people. You gave me donkey because I announced that Jay-Z album was done. I didn't even say it was a release date. Yeah. All I said was, I heard it's done. It may come or not. It may come or not. And now donkey of the day, you got your head too far off his ass to see his reality. And I say that sincerely as a brother that loves you and is still a fan of yours. You are tripping. You are sticking up to somebody that didn't. Don't look at that Jay-Z show, that interview with Jay-Z was talking to Charlamagne. He talking to Charlamagne like he was a kid. Like, I gotta answer your question, little nigga. And then he brought him into his business, and now you fucking fighting everybody in the schoolroom for him. You the Jay-Z police.
That's also another problem, is when you run into these celebrities. Charlamagne, remember, Jay-Z has always been Jay-Z. Charlamagne has not always been Charlamagne. So when you finally get a chance to be in these spaces with these guys, they kind of become fans. It's like, I have the opportunity to work with this guy, but you don't realize you're not being critical or not being a fan. And so you align yourself and have this kind of pledge allegiance to the flag, pledge allegiance to the guy, because why? You might have been your child, you might have been his childhood, it's your idol. You know, you grew up listening to him, you like him, and all of a sudden now I'm with him. So they say, get that crackhead $100. I die about you, nephew. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Jay-Z throw him a couple title hats and bring him on board Rock Nation. All of a sudden, man, I'm gonna make sure they ain't gonna say nothing bad about you not on this airwave unless it's something egregious. Ain't no way. But it is what it is. Let's see what else we got. I actually like Rhaenyra in Game of Thrones. I actually like her. And a lot of people ain't really feeling her. Rhaenyra the Cruel. You know, I think she just got a bad hand in that. You know, she got a bad hand and she's got to do what she got to do. You know, because now all of a sudden she's kind of a war hawk. But it's Game of Thrones, man. What would Game of Thrones be without wars? And if you're on the throne, you're definitely going to be on a war like that. So it is what it is, whether it's a lot or a little. But she's getting a lot of slander on the internet. But I like her. Let's see what else. Yeah, I don't understand DoorDash, man. People who DoorDash, I mean, I guess there's a population of people who use it, and it's good for them, but I just don't. I gotta really not feel like going nowhere to really get DoorDash. Like, I really feel like going out to eat, but I really want something out to eat, but I really don't feel like going nowhere. Other than that, I'll just get my butt up and go get the food. Because of the whole fees and all that stuff, man, people just rack up so much money on DoorDash. It's like, it's just like, it's ridiculous. Just for them to deliver it to your door, just for the food to be lukewarm, to damn near cold a lot of times. No way. I mean, it's kind of a scam to me. I'm never really been a fan of it. I can probably count on two hands how many times I've gotten DoorDash. A lot of times I'll use DoorDash for other people, low key, and I'll do DoorDash. I'm like, I got a +1 in another state somewhere. I want to send like a bottle or something. You know, it's a little gift I might use like that. But like, I'm not using it for food. It's ridiculous. I was looking at this video of Jaylen Brown saying, somebody said, I put $20 in my Roth IRA instead of ordering DoorDash.
Today we're going to talk about the crossover and intersection between environmentalism, social justice, and education, in combination with raising awareness, leveraging your platform and influence, and investing in a sustainable future.
I mean, and I get this guy's making a joke about it. With this, well, I put $20 in my Roth IRA instead of ordering DoorDash. It's actually not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. But, and also, if you understand what he just said, it's not like he said anything bad. He's just basically telling you the parallels and the relationships between those different things he's going to be speaking about. That's all he's basically saying in 50-cent speech. You know, but, I mean, it is what it is. People like to dump on people who've got some intelligence to them. Alright, back to music. Okay. So I think that's good. I don't want to be sitting here doom scrolling too much. I'm going to jump on the game here once the lobby comes open. Until then, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping work, and then after that, we'll call it good. So, and I'll be on Twitch later here too. So. Appreciate y'all tuning in with me. Appreciate y'all watching with me, hanging out. And, like I said, this is kind of like a stream where we, talk about many things, but more so important, we kind of focus on the work, focus on what's important, and, it's just a place where like minds can gather and just kick it like night owls, Basically, I'm up with you. Somebody in the world at a high level who's up with you. You know what I mean? I'm just showing you. So, yeah, I'm smoking on Magic Love. Magic Love is a passion fruit lemon, and it's kind of spicy with some spices and kind of minty. That's kind of how you describe it. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's what we're smoking on. And it's sipping on a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm gonna work for another maybe 10, 15 minutes and I'll jump on the game here in a minute. As I said, appreciate y'all once again for tuning in. I'll jump on Twitch. When I jump on the game, we've been on here for an hour, which is cool. I'll jump on Twitch to play some music, kick back, relax, and enjoy the night. One of my favorite snacks, by the way, sunflower kernels. Say, wonder why my skin is good. But make sure you exfoliate. Make sure you floss those teeth of yours. I was in New York. My sister got me this Claudel. You go to a place like Sephora, your head will spin with some of the skincare routines and stuff people be doing. I thought all you had to do was just put on lotion and call it a night. You gotta exfoliate, face scrubs, lip scrubs, hydration sprays, toners. I mean, it's crazy. But self-care. Don't sleep on self-care. You don't believe that self-care is important? See how you feel after you get a haircut or you get your hair done. You always feel good, don't you? Right? Or you just a good shower. Always feel good, don't you? Get some new clothes. Always feel good, don't you? That's real. Upkeep yourself, y'all. Because especially when you're stressed, and if you're a giver like me, the first thing that goes usually when you're taking care of everybody else is yourself. You lose yourself. You stop eating right. Stop sleeping right. Stop taking care of yourself is right. And sometimes you get depressed. You might not shower. I mean, it's crazy. Don't care about what you wear. Don't care about how you look. You don't care. I don't understand people be saying that. I don't care how I look. You should always care how you look. Not to say be materialistic. Now you got to wear Versace and Gucci and Louis V and all that. That's a whole other realm. But you should always care about your appearance because that's you. Always care about it. Because ask yourself, when have you ever felt bad when you try to make yourself look good? When have you ever felt bad? It's a hack. Self-care is life. Charge my phone. We're gonna jump on the sticks in T-10. Cheers. Yesterday I got a nice little 4 a.m. workout in too. It's so good. When you work out at 4, it's like the hardest part about working out at 4 a.m. is working out at 4 a.m. Getting going. Taking that first step. Once you do that, everything else just kind of flows. Juggernaut and Speed weren't going to be able to complete Minecraft within the month, I knew they were going to do it. Number one, these guys are gamers. Don't get it twisted. They are gamers. So a gamer is a different level of focus. Number two, it's all they have to do. Think about it. All you have to do is just wake up and play a game. Right? Some of y'all think, oh man, it took me months to beat the game. Yeah, but you probably had to go to work, go home, you probably turned it off a few times, turn it back on, played 3-4 times a week. These guys are playing it damn near 24/7. Of course they're gonna finish it quick. Do the math. I mean, come on now. And they're getting paid hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to do it. Yeah, absolutely. If somebody pays you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to freaking play a video game, you gonna get that damn thing done too, quick. Trust. That's all you gotta worry about. You ain't gotta worry about what you gotta eat. You ain't gotta worry about paying a bill. You ain't gotta worry about kids. You ain't gotta worry about going anywhere. Come on, bro. What did y'all think this was? This was something. This is sad to see, by the way. This news right here.
High school and going to
High school teacher broke down in tears in class after realizing his students couldn't read or write.
kids are leaving. These kids are leaving high school and going to college, and they couldn't.
Mind you, the man is in tears. Okay, so brother, he's in tears.
Billion, 4 words. 4. These kids are leaving high school and going to college, and they couldn't fill in 4 words. 4 words. I literally broke down in the middle class. This is only day 2. And I have seniors who simply cannot read, and seniors who cannot write. They can reason, they have the ability to defend their reasoning if it's talking to their homeboy, but applying that to a written text, 2 paragraphs, they couldn't do it. Our young black men, our young brown men, our young black girls, and our young brown girls,
That's so sad. That's so sad. I'm gonna do a video on this tomorrow. I think I might do another video on Young Pharaoh too. But I'm gonna do a video on this tomorrow. It's sad because honestly, this next generation of kids, parents, if you're not involved like that, are cooked. It's such a cookie cutter class. It's such a cookie cutter. You gotta see the snowball effect of all of this, right? And I'll talk about this tomorrow. First of all, teachers are underpaid. And they're just trying to survive. Remember, there are people like us, like everybody else. And we dump our kids off to them. And a lot of times it's just a glorified babysitting job. They gotta babysit kids who don't know how to act right. And then on top of that, you gotta teach them new information. And on top of that, these are teachers who gotta teach them a plethora of information. Okay? Elementary is one of the most important times in a child's development. Because in elementary, that is when a child is getting that foundation of all classes. So a teacher has to be versatile in what? Basic science, basic math, basic reading, basic writing. They don't even teach cursive. I mean, again, with the emergence of AI, which is a bad part of AI, and just e-learning and all that. Kids don't do things by hand anymore, right? Somebody said we used to write essays by hand, rough drafts, y'all, rough drafts, and then after that, by hand, final copies, real talk, pages has to be a certain amount of pages. Then when you got to the computer era, a certain word count. Right? Kids don't care. On top of they all have cell phones, on top of being bombarded with, hey, I just want to be an OnlyFans model. Hey, I just want to be a streamer. Everybody can't be streamers, man. Everybody can't be streamers. Everybody can't be gamers, y'all. So on top of having that, in conjunction with teachers just trying to survive, yeah, you're not going to have kids being able to just write 4 words, knowing how to spell. You ever watch those videos of people who are like, okay, read this sentence, and they can't read. They don't read. They don't realize reading is brain food, y'all. That's how you sharpen your brain, by reading. People don't read. You can read anything you want. You don't gotta read like, hey, I gotta read the Atlas, or I gotta read the Declaration of Independence. No, you can read whatever you want as long as you are using that muscle in your mind. So this next generation of kids, that's why you're starting to see the decline of the society, right? When you're so traumatized, where women don't even want to have kids anymore, right? An animal has to be so traumatized to the point where it knows it cannot have kids in this environment. There are women now having kids older and not having kids at all because of trying to survive. Let alone these kids. These kids don't care. They don't see the importance of going to school. Just getting those fundamental soft skills. They don't see that. It always has to be tied to a job, or it has to be tied to, man, it has to be tied to who you are as a person later in life, being able to communicate. I mean, there's so many things, but I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in another video tomorrow. In an actual standalone video tomorrow, and then I'll also talk about I'll talk a little bit about young Pharaoh too. I gotta go in on him a little bit, man, because they got him. They got him. We had our differences, but they got him. And it's crazy when you see somebody who has consciousness and who is awake. He's on a different level than the average person. The average person, they say, was normal. They kind of just go day to day, get indoctrinated in society. He kind of flew above the fray. Now, I don't know if he's trolling or rage baiting, but there's just certain things you can't troll and rage bait and do, especially if you consider yourself like a man. You're not gonna see Dr. Umar in a dress. It's like you ain't gonna go there. Now, if you're going, maybe he's going into comedian. I don't know, but I'll talk about that tomorrow also. But it's crazy, crazy to see. But yeah, no, you gotta pray for these kids, man. It's sad, but I'm glad that as a millennial, I grew up in a generation where I really truly got to get a full, get a real robust education. Really did. Right there. Okay. Let me go ahead and jump on this here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and conclude on YouTube. And I'm going to jump on Twitch so I can play some music, catch a vibe. I'll be up for another hour or two, just streaming, kicking it with y'all. So shout out to all the people who tuned in, all the night owls and all y'all Peace and love as always, and I'll see y'all soon. Catch me on Twitch, /the LaMaJa, so we can turn up a little bit if you want. If not, I'll see y'all next